Hello everyone, it's me Sarah. Welcome to my channel, A Curious Cuttlefish, and today's podcast, episode 24. Hello all, welcome to my podcast, welcome to all of my returning subscribers, and hello to all of you new people out there. I hope you subscribe to my channel. This is my podcast where I talk about yarn, the things I am working on, my finished objects, and little things in my day-to-day life. So that is what we will be talking about today. This past week, I should say, I was not home that much. I actually ended up taking a trip to see some family. It went very well, and so as a result I didn't have my normal videos up this past week because I was not actually home to do much recording. So I had some yarn hauls that were up, so I hope you guys enjoyed those. Today as I am recording this, I'm thinking I need to go back and reply to all the comments on those videos, as I have not looked over those yet, so that should be done sometime this week. So thank you to all of you who commented on those. I'm really looking forward to reading your comments. So let's get started. I'm going to show you, so I have one finished object from this last week, which isn't that surprising because I was out of town, but while we were traveling I was able to work on a shawl. I guess that's not surprising since that has been my project of choice. So here's the shawl. I'm going to hold it up in a manner that you all can see. Again, this is another Eurygenia shawl. I will put a link to this pattern in the description box beneath if you are interested in it. I did the repeat of this top part twice, and then I went on to the border and I was playing yarn chicken and I ran out, so I am one row short from the border. There's usually one more row on it, but I don't think you can really tell. So this was done using Lion Brand's mandala yarn. Really happy with how this came out. This was the project that was started and finished on my trip. And if you guys hear noises in the background, Mr. Cuttlefish is home today and he's giving Rocco a bath. So that is the noises in the background. They are outside doing that. Alright, so that was my one finished object for this week. I think I said this was mandala. I don't remember which colorway this was. I would have to go back and find the ball band. So there's that one. And then I'm still working on, I think I showed this, which was my whip from last week, but there is progress on it. So here's my knitting progress on this. So I have this much yarn left. I'm just going to go until I almost run out, and I'm hoping this can be a nice cowl. And this is just your basic knit stitch. I'm just knitting all the way across. Let's see how many stitches I have. I have 35 stitches. So 35 stitches on US 10.5 needles, or 6.5 millimeter needles. And I'm finding, so I've been using circular knitting needles for most of my projects, and I found these, I think someone gave them to me because they knew I've been knitting, and I realized that I really like my circular needles, and these are just really long and awkward to hold. Might just be because I've really just been teaching myself and learning on circulars, but yeah, so I'm knitting these on straights. I'm considering just switching over to circulars to finish it, because then I'm more likely to work on it. But that's the progress I have on that project. Okay, another project that I started and am working on is this one here. Let's see what I can show you guys. So I'm just knitting a small kid's hat. So just cast this on yesterday, did some work on it today while we were driving around, or while Mr. Cuttlefish was driving us around this morning. So I just put a few more rows in that. This should be done probably tomorrow. Here's that yarn. This is Red Heart gumball, something like that. I will, yeah. I found this yarn. I'm not sure if it's even something that's currently in stock or if it was something I found in a estate sale. It fell off of my shelf, and I looked at it and I thought it might make a fun hat. So instead of putting it back from, I'm not sure what shelf it fell off of, it's now on my needles. It just goes to show I need to get rid of some yarn. So yeah. And then my last whip is this one. This is one of my Ebbing Tides Shawlets. So this is one ball of the, is this Mary Maxim? Mary Maxim Anti-Pill Worsted. So I used one ball, and I have this second ball here, which should be enough to finish making this shawlette, which will be a lot bigger because I usually do it out of a DK weight yarn, but this is a worsted weight, so I'm using a much larger hook, and it is coming out a lot larger already. So I have a few more rows on this, and then this will be done. And then I want to try to knit like a headband out of this too, so I can review this yarn for you guys. It's very, very soft, but it is splitty, so hopefully I will have that done this week. I say that. I am very ambitious. We all know. Maybe it'll be done. So that's this project right here. And those are the projects I worked on. So, yeah, I got to go on a nice little trip out of town, out of state technically too, to visit some of my family with Mr. Cuttlefish. We got to do some of his favorite activities. We also got to do some of my favorite activities while we were out there. It was really nice to just spend some quality time with family who I haven't really seen in a while or really had a lot of opportunity to spend time with. So we really had a good time and are looking forward to hopefully doing it again in the future. But yes, one of my favorite activities while we were out of town, we went to Las Vegas, Nevada, which is not that far away from where I live. I say that I live in LA, California, and so it's probably like a 4 or 5 hour drive, so not too bad. But while we were out there, Mr. Cuttlefish and I looked for yarn shops, which is one of my favorite things to do. So those were one of the activities I did. So I'm going to show you guys some of the yarn that I got to pick up while I was over there. So these are my new acquisitions. So we visited, let's see if it's on here, I'm trying to remember the name of it, Sin City Knits. And I had asked my friend Will Sparger which yarn shop he recommends. He recommended Mad Hatter Knitting, but that wasn't really en route to my relative's place, and so this one was out of the way but a bit closer, so I went to this one. And so I'll show you. I got this Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash Wave. So there's that yarn. This is 100% superwash wool, 100 grams, 220 yards. But I let Mr. Cuttlefish pick out the colorway, so this is all grays and blacks, his favorite colors. And so I think I'll make a hat or something out of this. And yeah, super happy with it. It's very soft and squishy for wool. I probably compare this, it's softer than Red Heart Super Saver, but not as soft as like Carom Simply Soft. Still very soft for wool, and it's not a merino wool, so very happy with this one. Then they were she had a table with clearance yarns on it, and naturally I don't like to pay full price for anything, and so I grabbed this one off of that table. It's Katana. This is 50 grams, 120 yards, and this one is made in Italy. Let's see, this is extra fine merino wool and nylon. 94% extra fine merino wool and 6% nylon. But I thought this was a beautiful color, super thick, and I think I can get a cowl or a nice hat out of that. It's a 50-gram ball, so I'll be knitting more. So those are the two yarns I got from the local yarn shop, and then we found two different Hobby Lobbies. So I went into Hobby Lobby, and I know I saw a lot of people picking this up. I hadn't been able to get this yarn yet. So this one is the Yarn Bee Feeling Gradient. So I got the brown and gray and blackish color. I tend to go towards gray, no, not orange and brown. Mr. Cuttlefish goes towards gray and black. So when we're both in the store looking at the yarns, this is the one that we liked. So I got that. I also really liked this. This is the Soft and Sleek DK. But it's fall, and these are fall colors. Really love how soft this yarn is, and there's 478 yards in this, which means I can get a really nice shawlette out of one ball. So have not tried this yarn yet either. Really like the color. Picked that up, and then hadn't tried this one. This is Brushworks by Yarn Bee. And because Mr. Cuttlefish and I am that crazy person who will get a coupon and then send Mr. Cuttlefish into line with the same coupon, and we'll go buy one yarn at a time and then put it in the car and go back and do it again, because I don't want to pay full price, and it wasn't 30% off. So we used coupons for all of these, so they weren't regular price. Anyways, rambling. So this one is 80% acrylic, 20% alpaca, 254 yards, and this colorway is purple. But really liked how it looks, how it feels. I like alpaca. And so there's that one. Picked that up. And then this is the first time I've seen this one. I was in love with all of the colors from this particular yarn, and I wanted to get them all, and so I settled on 4 of the, I think there was 6 or 8 different colors, but this is Yarn Bee 44th Street. This is the ruby colorway. It's 70% acrylic, 30% polyamide. Each cape is 540 yards, and this is a light 3-weight, so a DK weight yarn, and just look at this color. I also got a green, so we have a red, or like burgundy. This is olive, and pale teal, and mustard. So I really liked all of these colors. I love how they look here. I think they're going to be beautiful both knit and crochet, and they are so soft. So yeah, I picked up 4 of these ones because I have not seen this at my Hobby Lobbies, and I thought these colors were so pretty. I also had a brown I really liked, but I didn't pick that up because I had already picked up a few cakes of yarn, and as I have stated earlier, I don't have room on my shelves for my yarn collection, so therefore I need to stop buying yarn and use projects and have giveaways or something to make more room. So anyways, that was the yarn that we picked up from our little trip. and it was wonderful. We had a blast. It was great spending time with family. My parents went with us and we got to spend some quality time with them, which was really nice. So, yeah, that has been my week. I've not really been able to sit down and catch up on stuff at home, which is what will be happening over the next few days today. Mr. Cuttlefish has today off, which means we are going to be cleaning the house. As you can see, my blanket is not behind me because stuff needs to be washed, and so that is in that pile. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my podcast and joining me for my little chat. I hope you all are having a fantastic week, enjoying your Monday, and I shall see you all later this week. My goal is to put out a tutorial as well as a yarn review. So I also have a yarn haul video that is sitting, waiting to be edited. So maybe I'll have 3 more videos in addition to this one this week. We'll see how productive I end up being. So thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.